That's a great picture. I like
Thank
that.
you.
This movie is a complete mess. Like, it's all over the place. It was rumored that it's been delayed indefinitely. They say that they've been working on it for years, yet they don't have a script. How can you say you've been working on a movie for years and you don't have a script? This is a complete joke. But apparently Lucasfilm has sent their little peeps out to some shill websites to defend and tell everyone no, the Ray movie absolutely is still going, hilariously. So let's take a look, shall we? Rumors claim that Sharmina Bay-Chinoy and Daisy Ridley's movie has been delayed indefinitely, but Lucasfilm are like, nah, they're not. It's not happening. So the rumor follows the recent announcement by Lucasfilm about Jon Favreau and the Mandalorian Grogu, and basically it is that that's going to be released ahead of the Rey movie. Apparently, Mandalorian Grogu is said to be filming this year, which means it's the first Star Wars movie in active development for 6 years. Reportedly, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy has been told by Disney CEO Bob Iger to get a Star Wars movie released as soon as possible, otherwise she'll get fired. So it's probably unlikely at this point, quite frankly. That woman's never getting fired. So it appears as if the easiest and quickest thing to do is simply turn The Mandalorian Season 4 into a movie. So regarding the Rey film, back in early December, there was a statement that it was going to happen. It was like a production weekly thing, but that's fallen apart because apparently there is literally no script. The script isn't finished, and the film's been delayed. Won't start till April, but then there's some rumors to say it's been delayed indefinitely. World of Real said it's been delayed indefinitely. And they said that they just don't have confidence that New Jedi Order will be happening in the near future. According to the site, there are creative differences with writer Stephen Knight, who claims he will exit Star Wars and focus on Peaky Blinders, which if that was me, I would absolutely focus on Peaky Blinders. Like, what on earth are you doing? But then there's other people like jumping, like, no, in the way of the bullet for Lucasfilm, because of course they do. Gizmodo recently shot down the rumors. They're like, well, that's not true. According to Lucasfilm, a source at the company told IO9 the report is inaccurate, and Knight continues to write and be part of the process. In fact, the company's waiting on its latest draft as you read this. That's raging cope, and they're massively shilling for Disney and Lucasfilm. And we know they are because, again, they've said that they've been working on this film for bloody years.
Yeah, they
Where's the
didn't say
script?
how long they've been waiting or how long they anticipate they have to wait still. Only that they're in the process of actively waiting. I mean, that's not like, yeah, it'd be more like, yeah, he handed in like last week. Everything is, no, we're waiting. Yeah, that's what you do when a movie is delayed. You wait.
What? Yeah, exactly. It's still bloody. What a joke these people are. What an absolute joke.
Wait
And
a
the
minute.
thing is,
Wait. So when something is delayed or on hold, you wait for it?
yeah, is
Okay.
that an
Just confirming.
Well, I'm sure someone in Lucasfilm does. I mean, these movies are so incredibly expensive that I'm sure each production has someone on payroll who are just bench warmers, just sitting there waiting for something to happen. Because the only way you're going to get budgets that inflated. I don't think the writer is waiting for anything, and the people working on other projects probably aren't waiting. But the people whose job this Ray movie is, yeah, they probably are waiting.
it's just, this is shocking to me. I just don't get it. Like, has anyone seen the Kathleen Kennedy interview where she's like, "Yeah, we've been working on this movie for years"? Has anyone seen that? Because she literally says they've been working on it for years. Years? Where's the script then? Why did you announce it without a script? What are you doing? They always do this. This is the same thing that they always do with everything. They're like, we're working on this. And then years down the
Who are
line, they
they?
announce that. Oh, go on.
Who are they claiming they got the this from? The story.
Who?
Like in the story, who are they claiming they got this? Who are they sourcing for Lucasfilm
Well,
firing back?
World of Real said it's delayed indefinitely.
Okay, got that. I'm talking about who said it wasn't delayed.
IO9 and Gizmodo.
Yeah.
Okay. See, here's the interesting thing about
Sure.
that. The guy who wrote that, and this was brought up by my good panelist Price of Reason the other night, has had a history of running interference for Lucasfilm.
There you go.
I can't remember the guy's name exactly, but yes, he's done stories running interference for Indiana Jones, Kathleen Kennedy herself.
Also, last
really?
week he did a story about what an underrated producer Kathleen Kennedy was, who has made some of the greatest movies of all time. Just like coincidental.
Wow.
And this guy does have connections there, but he's clearly a mouthpiece for him. Because if you go back and look through his history, yeah.
Chill.
Still, an official comment, though. I do not doubt that it was. So that still is the official Lucasfilm narrative, delivered through one of their loyal servants in the entertainment media complex.
In fact, this almost made our video, but our video was getting too long, so it did not make the video.
Yeah. What do we think? Because this is just a complete shit show.
Well, you've got news flying like crazy over this. That's the thing that's weird here, right? You've got.
But it doesn't seem to be the normal stuff that people are doing.
The only thing that nobody's denying is that basically the movie has been delayed, right? Like that's the one thing that nobody can deny.
Yeah.
Look, if this thing shows up, great. We've got years of material. If it doesn't show up, great. Then Star Wars isn't further diluted into the cesspool.
My big question right now is what is going on behind the scenes? Where are we at with this whole thing? Because at first I thought this was Bob Iger's like last gasp at trying to save the Star Wars franchise and his image or whatever you want to call it, his reputation. But at this point, it's pretty clear that he's the one who pushed forward the Mandalorian story, which, as far as we can tell, has very little to nothing to do with anything else out there. The only thing we're hearing is that Dave Filoni probably will insert himself somehow into that mess.
Well, according to this story, though, this stuck out to me. That here in this Cosmic Book News story, it's claimed that Bob Iger told Kathleen Kennedy, "Give me a Star Wars movie now, or you're fired." Do we believe?
Where did they get that from?
Yeah. I want a community note on that, because that sounds extremely implausible that he would tell her, after having lost God knows how many hundreds of million only last year, to go forth and waste even more money on a Star Wars movie, any Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Not past the smell test.
It does not. And it's like we're at this point now where I wonder if what happened was Bob took one look at this treatment, because we've already had at least 2 writers probably or more working on this story, and it wasn't up to snuff. And at that point, he decided that, we're going to delay this thing, and instead we're going to rush this Mandalorian movie out by next year, because John already has it pretty much worked out, because it's probably shit that was left over that never got used for Mandalorian. I bet we've already been basically speculating that. So at this point, I think it's just, my big question is, where are we going to go from here? Like, what happens if one's a hit or not? Like, what happens if the Mandalorian and Grogu fails? Right? Like, I mean, there's so many different scenarios here that we could be looking at, because this is supposed to be out by the end of next year already. So,
you know what? I think it's going to fail. Shall I tell you why? For one reason, Mandalorian Season 3 was a disappointment and it underperformed. So how much goodwill is left from the Mandalorian Season 2 finale after the 5?
I think it's going to bomb, actually.
When we already have Season 3 in the can and it underperformed big time. But it gets even worse. Think of all the homework you're going to have to go through to see this movie here. This is basically Season 4 of a series that assumes you not only have seen the first.
That's true, actually.
Probably You would also be well advised to have seen at the very least Ahsoka and Book of Boba Fett. That's 5 seasons right there. In order to just make head and tails out of Ahsoka,
You're right.
You probably need to see the animated stuff. Maybe there's not too much of that in there, but still, you at the very least need to have seen the Book of Boba Fett, 3 seasons of The Mandalorian. So that's a minimum of 4 seasons of homework that you need to have seen in order to make heads or tails of this theatrical movie. People complained about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and the homework for it, which, of course, they didn't say in advance what was going to be on the test. But still, it turned out that the homework was indeed WandaVision. If you hadn't seen WandaVision, you wouldn't really get much out of that one movie. It's the same thing here, but only it's not 1 season, it's 4 seasons worth of material you need to have seen. So that's mean we're talking a how many hour investment? Let's just say that it's an average of like 6 hours per season. That sound about right? Then we are talking a 24 hour solid investment of stuff you need to have seen just to get this one movie.
Yep, I hadn't thought about that actually. I would agree there. To be honest, I would agree.
Great point.
Yeah. Well, there you go, ladies and gents. There you go.